specifically the Rebels ones. We saw Hera, Sabine and Ezra at the end. They snuck them in as maybe a future Lego short, I don't really know. I don't know if we'll be getting Rebel Brickheadz as a set, though it'd be lovely to. It's been like 10 years since that show was debuted on Disney, one of the Disney channels, before it then came to Disney Plus. But I'd also just like to remind you that tomorrow, in fact tonight, this gift with purchase does go live, and it's a really good gift with purchase. Basically the light brick. The light brick is a really great addition to this set, and if you do stay up and want to order any, maybe you're sitting on a set that you thought, you know what, this is the gift with purchase for you, and you want to pick it up, if that belongs to Minecraft, Fortnite, or any of the gaming series that Lego have done sets on, you can also get 2 free poly bags with it. They should be gone by midnight, but they usually do go into early hours of the next day. But this is not why we're here. I've already done a video on that. Hello there, Grievous. The light bricks are so cool. We need more light bricks in Star Wars, and it looks like next March, I think we're rumoured to be getting like not the light bricks, but the new smart brick, which is light and sound bricks. We're rumoured to be getting 8 sets in March, and that's just the Star Wars line. I don't know if all of them are going to have smart bricks. I think that's a bit too much. Even for Star Wars, that's a bit too much. But I do have a screenshot of the Rebel Brickheadz that we're going to be using to build them. And hopefully this image is all we're going to need, because we get a closer look at Sabine's face. I think if we get round to it, it'll be pretty straightforward to do. But Hera's Leku, maybe attaching those at the back might be a bit difficult. I'm just hoping I have enough green elements to Hera's face at this point. The image is a bit dark. Let's see if we can fix that up by upping the brightness, perhaps. Oh, here we go. Let's up the gamma a bit, maybe add a bit of contrast there. That's much better. And I want to start with... That's a good question. Who do we want to start with? I'll leave it up to chat. Voted Arkham Asylum in the most recent poll. There's a poll on the channel for the Lego set of 2025. And in a few streams ago, we decided that 4 of the contenders would be the Going Merry, the Arkham Asylum, the Creator 3-in-1 Haunted Mansion, and I don't remember the other set. So be sure to go over to the community tab and make your vote count. And then coming up, we've got a stream on the best Star Wars minifigure as well. That's going to be a fun one. But let's start. The bases of most of these brickheads are all the same. Hera, actually, if you look closely at the legs, are they 2 1x1s? Does Hera have a stripe down the side, or is this like the default brickheads? Because I noticed Ezra and Sabine both have a snot brick and tile. Oh, the Spider-Man subway. Thank you. That was the other one in the poll. Can't believe I forgot that one. That is one of the most affordable out of the 4 of them. But Hera seems to have 2 1x1 bricks. Same orange as Ezra. This shouldn't be too hard. Not sure if I've got them in 1x1s, but I think the Hera minifigure, we should have the minifigures as well. Where did I put Rebels? The Hera minifigure does have orange trousers, so that makes the colour easier. There we go. Bright orange trousers as well. And then this is the Ezra. Oh no, this is the Sabine from Ahsoka. So not quite this Sabine. We can take some inspo from it. And then we do have the Ezra Bridger from this image as well. So we've got Hera and Ezra that we can use to help us build the brickheads. They are very different oranges, but I wonder, let's pull off the legs of Ezra, give them to Hera. Does that looks closer to the brickheads? I'm going to use the bright orange because it sets them apart just a little bit. But interesting, they've gone with the both of them. Again, it was very dark in this scene, even though they were in the bright sunlight. So we'll cut the animators some slack. 1, 2, and 3. Instead of 2 1x1s, I have 3 stacks of them in orange. I kind of want to use a 1x2. I feel like Lego in a set would use a 1x2. But they have used 1x1s. They have used 1x1s. You know what? I'm going for the accuracy of 1x1s. Hello there, one with a stud. I'm doing well, thank you. A lot of setting up a load of videos for the future. There are, most of the videos I put out are good ones, otherwise they wouldn't be put out. But there are some really good videos coming out in the not so near future. Scheduled a few for later this year. What colour are the feet of Hera? So a lot of work going on behind the scenes. They look reddish brown. Let's see if we can zoom right in. Where is it? There. I think that's a reddish brown, because it looks like the rest of Hera up to the head is reddish brown. And then we're starting off with Hera. So we're starting from the feet, working our way up. I think that's the easiest way to do all of these. And I'm excited to get to the torso for Ezra, because there's some snot techniques. And they're using a lot of 1x1s. A lot of 1x1 bricks, 1x1 plates. Maybe when they're designing the, maybe Sabine also has a lot of 1x1s. We're gonna need that front of Sabine for the armor. But surely it'd be better to use some bigger plates, easier to build, unless they just built one. Maybe all brickheads start off from the same form and then they switch around the bricks. Hello there, Scrap Squadron. So we're gonna need some brown plates. Oh, here we go. I really did enjoy Rebuild the Galaxy, and I hope they continue it next year. I think maybe not Rebuild the Galaxy Season 3. That might get tiring after a few seasons, but at the very least, another Star Wars special. Maybe one focusing on some Legends characters as well. They brought in Jackson just for a cameo, really, in the new season. And if we could get some stories told with them, I think Lego could be doing shows for the next couple of years, similar to what they're doing with Marvel, with some of the less popular characters and stuff like that. But with Star Wars, because there's so many Legends characters, no problem, Scrap Squadron. You can always come back and watch this later. So, is that like a 4x4, and then they've built up the core from the outside? Let's work with a 4x4. Oh, wrong bag. Let's see if I have one in orange. I feel like there's not a... I feel like orange generally isn't really a common colour, like across the board. City, no orange plates in there. Yeah, no orange 4x4s. City doesn't really have much orange. Definitely a few trucks that have probably been in orange, but like to have every plate and brick in 4x4 is probably asking for a little too much. So instead of 4x4, we'll break it down. Go with some of these instead. Not far off the October release. In fact, it's the 27th today. So Tuesday, we'll probably have our stream looking at all the new sets, and it might be the last one this year. I don't know how many sets will come out in December. December, November aren't usually a lot, and I feel like they might be saving the Enterprise, the Star Trek set, for November. But I don't know what else we've got this year. What country do I live in? The United Kingdom. A lot of people think I am American, but if that was the case, I'd probably have more space to display Lego. And it wouldn't get as hot in the summer either. Yeah, I don't know what other sets we've got to wait around for this year. Besides the Enterprise, it's the only set. I don't know if they're waiting till Monday. Hello there, Alfie. Monday? No, not Monday. January. Start of the year, not the start of the week. But we've got the official confirmation that a Star Trek Enterprise is in the works, or, is in the works of being announced, because of the Picard minifigure that Lego shared, and more details have been shared on Star Trek's website, which I don't know how many of you are Star Trek fans out there, but even if you are, I'm not sure how many of you have seen the Star Trek website. Hello there, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. The Star Trek website is such a dodgy website. And it's not even, it's not terrible, but it looks like if you were to picture a site that would be set up to like steal your information, a typical, you know, hacker's website sort of thing, where they catfish you into signing up with credit card details. I don't really know, but it looks like that. If any of you could picture anything, that's what the Star Trek website looks like. It's something. It's no secret my maths is great indeed. Spent 3 years just making sure that was the case. What would I say makes the most sense for displaying Lego, keeping limited space in mind? I think the most sense is rotation. I do think a lot of creators, it's quite hard because a lot of creators on the platform you see will have entire displays of sets from the last like 10-20 years, and it does look cool, but it's more of a museum, and a lot of them keep sets built because it's easier to compare it to the newer one coming out. For personal, you know, personal use, personal display, I think keeping sets on rotation is quite nice. If you're not a fan of breaking down sets, perhaps selling on old builds and using the money to go towards new sets is something that would interest you. But I do think breaking down sets and switching it up, there's very rarely ever the same sets on display from month to month. I think the longest set has been Captain Rex, which has survived all year. And will Captain Rex make it into the new year? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? And yeah, I think in terms of limited space, there are other ways you can go about it, like wall displays. I have these drawers up on the wall because then it's well, if I had those stats on the shelves, they're about 20-25 centimeters deep. So that would be half of the shelf display gone. A combination of keeping sets on rotation, which helps a lot with which sets to display. And then you can always rebuild them down the line. I have rebuilt the Lego playset 8080 so many times, and every time I rebuild it, it just gets better. Usually it's for a mock. Last year we did the Halloween Christmas ones, and no Lego bed. Oh yeah. Yeah, so if you're designing the room from the ground up, I think make use of the wall space. You don't want it to be too much. Like, you might not want to fill an entire wall like this, but if you do, keep some walls empty so it's not too overwhelming. There's nothing on this wall. I have nothing up on the wall behind the desk here. I do have a little minifigure display off to the side, but most of it is centered around one main wall, and I've made use of every single space of this wall. You can see the units have just left enough space for the biggest Lego set. We've got some figures on the wall, we've got some Funkos and other merch just lining the top. Go all in, don't be afraid to chuck it up. That does bring in the question, how much Lego is too much Lego? But there's always going to be more Lego. As long as we're in the hobby, as long as you're watching these videos, chances are you're probably going to be picking up more and more Lego every couple of weeks. So too much Lego is a question for a different time. Hello there, Riley. Welcome. Do we need any other snot bricks? Does Harold wear anything on her back? I don't think so. But what is this? All right, let me scoot this over. Right here above the arm. I don't know if that's a shine or if that's... Actually, this ain't a bad way of setting up the stream. I could have had the giant brickheads and then work the rest in. But is that a shine or is that a bit of white? I think it's a shine. I'm going to go with a shine. We could keep Hera just up here. Oh, look how easy that is. Oh. Going from messy room and bare walls to hopefully shelves, posters. Oh, posters are great for filling up little gaps if you do want to have a busy wall. We've got the poster on the door. I'm looking to add a few more to them, but I've realized something with this poster. When I hooked it up, I put the screw, and I measured, had to measure it, made sure the screw was in the center of the wall. Oh, we need a few of them, which at the time was all right. because it was only going to be the poster there, the one of it. Now I want to fit 4 posters there, and I'm starting to realize by screwing it into the center of the wall, if I move it across and have a slight gap down the middle, it's just going to be this screw hole. I do want to replace the door, so I'm not too fussed of making a ton of holes in it, but I think I should have got some like command strips or something to save having any sort of holes in the wall, and then we wouldn't be worrying about the screw holes being too visible. Playing Lego. All right, switch Lego game or physical Lego. I think come the new year, I'll probably end up reorganizing some of that, because that's usually the case. The Lego room doesn't stay the same for too long. It's nice to freshen it up, though. Since we've had this display, which I switched around a few months ago, I don't think we have switched it up. We haven't switched it up much, and the changes have come in subtleties like the Lego sets being on rotation. Maybe that's a good idea, rotating the sets rather than the rest of it. It's much easier to do. I'm not sure if I have these reddish brown pieces. The bean doesn't use reddish brown, do they? There we go. Sabine uses a bit of brown. Same with Ezra, has that brown belt that everyone seems to have, but that'll be all right. Gonna need our trusty Lego hammer. The best brick separator there is. Still think Lego should sell this. It'd be so cool if they did. The giant brick separator hammer, a rubber tip, and then a few brick separators, especially if it was modular and you could like add the brick separators to it, because brick separators do break down over time once you're using them. If you don't use your brick separators, they'll be all right, but if you're using them, they do wear down and you'll have to either file them back or just replace them. They're so cheap. I keep trying to use, when I'm breaking down some of my other sets, I keep trying to use my brick separator, because it does increase the shelf life of certain Lego bricks. Don't use it on like reddish brown is okay, unless it's brittle brown. Some of the other dark colors are probably not the best to be using it on, because it does put a lot of stress on the bricks, but it stops getting any like nail marks and scratches on the Lego bricks. I think it's worth it for some of the other colors. Is there no more corner pieces? Where are my brown corner pieces gone? Do I just have, we must have got it in like an advent or something. For me to just have one of them is very weird. All right, well, do I use one or do I use none? That's the hard part. Physical Lego. Fair enough. Anyone else building Lego sets whilst watching me build some secret Lego sets? Luckily, your dad's a qualified painter and decorator, but while it's still about to blow up, oh, Lego displays aren't cheap. That's actually, if there's an opposite of cheap, that's a Lego display. Some of them are so much money. And a lot of the time, like the brand name of Lego does carry a lot of weight into that. So if you can get some non-Lego, these are just screw cabinets for tools. Not cheap, a lot cheaper than like Acro Mills, which are used for Lego. Also got some non-Billy bookcases down here. I actually really like the way that shelf looks at the minute. Non-Billy bookcases, which are also a lot cheaper than Billy bookcases. Billy bookcases are cool. It's what everyone else uses, isn't it? It goes again with trying to find cheaper alternatives to everything. Gonna need some corner bricks. I don't use corner bricks enough for how many are in an entire tub in here, which I still haven't 3D printed, is dedicated to corner bricks. So if If we can use them on Hera, I will make it work. What else? What do I need? Might need some more. And even with these bigger drawers, I would probably recommend, being where I am and having as many parts as I do, I'd probably recommend maybe going for 1 or 2 of these for smaller pieces. If you're a fan of custom minifigures and have a load of parts laying around, these really do come in handy. Or for Technic, similar to screws, Technic pieces go well in there. But if you've got a large Lego collection, which eventually you will have, I recommend getting some bigger drawers and then just sorting parts into that. This drawer is a lot of my bricks. Got 1x4s, 1x3s, 1x1s. Some of the special and longer bricks as well at the back. But I've got so many 1x4s in another drawer. I'm going to have to probably put 1x4s and 1x3 bricks in one drawer. Have 1x1s could probably even go in one of the smaller drawers. I don't have too many of them. And then 1x2s have their own entire drawer, just with how many there are. Yeah, redecorating is, especially if you've got a few things on the wall, I'd say about making the use of walls with Lego. When you're redecorating after that, the amount of filling and sanding you have to do does increase by quite a bit. A lot of it to do, but totally worth it for an awesome display. Doesn't take any less time. I think the end goal, having an end goal in mind, helps with the process. It's like a lengthy Lego build, and I'm not speaking Death Star or UCS Slave One. I'm speaking Eiffel Tower, with the repetitiveness of all of the bricks, all the triangles that you're piecing together, having to build hundreds of them, having that end goal of, well, I know this is going to look really awesome at the end. That really helps push through, get to that end and get it looking as good as the box art has it, or as close as you can get it. Oh, I actually don't think I have. Oh, there's one. Any reddish brown bricks. I didn't have any 1x4s. I couldn't see any 1x3s. I got a load with clips on. Shame Hera doesn't have a blaster on her back or something. But I don't think that's a tan. I don't think I've got any other reddish brown bricks. There's got to be some. This is the aftermath of building that STAP. Most of my bricks are still used in that. It's been broken into parts, the giant parts, but I haven't yet sorted it out. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Let's hope we've got better luck with some 1x1s. And then we can get started on Hera's face, not too far away. Okay, 1x1s does not look any better. So many dark red. Do we have any brown? No. Oh. Let's hope we got some in here. What I could do. Get the drawer out of the way. Better more sealed Lego. Nice. Lego, from my experience, Lego is always going to be messier than I'd like. I've kind of accepted that. I've tried to keep it under control. I always have a pile of minifigures on my desk, well, most of which have to go in the unit right there, but some of which also go behind, and I'm working on finding better ways of storing minifigures and storing and displaying, because displays are just a fancy word for storage at the end of the day. But yes, Lego is always messy. It's the organised mess that we aim to strive for. Messy's all right if it's on a shelf. I think that's another thing as well with building, having a display that you keep up for a few weeks and then building the next sets. helps to contain it to an enclosed space. And it tends to be, if I have too many ships, I mean, down here we have the Eta and Delta. We have Ahsoka's Eta, which is a really nice ship. I'm working on another customization for that. We've got Kenobi's Delta that goes with a Slave One. We've got my Clone Walker battle pack, which I might move down here. I've got another display down there, and that's a more of a permanent one. The X-Wing, which I'm keeping built till January, and then the brand new October 1st AT-AT, recolored in grey, right next to my Hothmark. So if I had a few more ships on there, I'd probably start breaking a few down. I think the AT-AT is built because I really like it, but the rest of them do have a purpose in mind, and then I'll rotate that once I've made a video and had it on display for a few weeks. I don't know if I had more space, if I would just permanently display more sets, because there are quite a few. Even the UCS ATST, just behind the members board here, that used so many parts that were exclusive to like 1 or 2 other sets. Sometimes it's handy breaking down sets, but just notice how I'm pouring it into my hand to put back in the tub, because I just don't trust that all of these are going to fit straight away. Some sets are handy to break down because then the pieces can be used in better ways in the mock, but build one thing in your room's a mess. When I used to have all my Lego in one tub, believe it or not, all this and these 3 drawer towers down here all fit in one tub, and that's a mess. Trying to find one element, getting it all out, sprawling it across every surface I can, and then I'll find the one brick, place it down, need another one, and it would just look like a bomb site. Lego absolutely everywhere. Do I think you should sort bulk as you put some shelves up, and sort as you go? Sorting as you go is definitely better. I think in terms of bulk sorting, as long as you're sorting in chunks, if you've got a big tub of Lego, grab a tray, fill the tray with Lego, sort that out. That is the only way I find that I'm able to do it. And between builds after this stream, I've still got trays of Lego that I've got to put away. So after this stream, I'll probably whip up a video and then edit a tray, and that'll be slowly filling. You notice in videos, keep your eye out in videos for any drawers that are sticking out. Any drawers like this that stick out is where I've sorted some parts and it's now too big for the space. So whilst I'm moving it elsewhere, the drawer can't close fully. And then in the next video, that one's been open for quite a while, but in the next video, most of them will probably be shut. Need another 1x4. There we are. Actually, no, because that's for Hera's skin, isn't it? What colour? So like it, yeah, this Lego collection has been growing for like the best of 20 years. So it's built up, and I'm happy that I can actually build a lot of the sets without having to pay. The Juggernaut, for instance, most of those parts already existed. There were the light bluish hubcaps on the wheel, and there was a slope. I think there was a slope that was brand new or in a different... oh no, it was the light bluish round ones on top. I think that was a brand new piece. And honestly, a lot of people thought it looked better without any of the light blue. So they're available in grey, able to build that day one or a few days before it releases if you try to part it out. And yeah, that is really cool, being able to build Lego early. Oh no, I do need that 1x4. I see what I've done here. I've built it too tall. It's all part of a plan. Everything happens as part of a plan. So that brings us actually to what color are we going to use for Hera? Hera looks like a lime green, like a this green, which is the green used for the minifigure. So I think we have our answer there. For some reason, this looks a little too light to be Hera. This is definitely Rebels Hera, but live action Hera. Oh, look at that! I don't know if you can You can see that, not really. There's a little chip taken out the top of that brick. Won't be using that one. How many lime green elements? Oh, this is going to be a close one. This is the plates. Tiles is mixed in with brown, and I don't have a lot of these. It's going to be fun digging through there. What do we need? A plate? Yeah. Just a 1x2 for now. That I can do. And then I've noticed there's 2 more 1x2s on the Leku on the back. Hello there, Robert. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Let's see if we can start on the Leku. How are we attaching? Oh, they come off the back of the head. That's all right. Hello there, Star Wars is goated. Welcome to the stream. I'm building up the torso one taller so we can get this inside the head, because the slopes over the side of the head, they should be white on that side. Yeah, we'll make that work. We'll hide some white in there. Maybe we can switch up now. Get some white plates in there. Any 2x4s? And then we just need the 1-layer snot bricks. In the colour that, rather than going with the colour on the outside, so lime green for the front, which I have very few. Maybe some 1x1 snot bricks, but not many other ones. Thanks for hanging out, Fee. May the bricks be with you. We're building some secret Rebels Brickheadz right now. But rather than going with the outside colours, I tend to fill brickhead heads with really any colour that I've got a lot of, which for these bricks is light bluish grey. Get a load of them all around. And do we want to secure more? I know we want one of the, oh wait, or is that right at the top of Hera's head? Is that a clip and bar? Or it looks like just a bar. So I think I'm going to go with a 2 tool snot brick. Let's do one. Kind of need it in white. And this is there. That'll do. And then same for the other side. And we don't really need to fill in much more now that we've got the height of it. That would work. Sometimes I do secure the head a little bit more, but if we've got a 2x4 white plate running through, I don't see much more. 2x4 white plate and then a few more. Oh, there is a, we did miss one of the snot bricks. Who am I building afterwards? I might build Ezra and then Sabine, because we'll have to get a different angle for Sabine. But I'm open to being convinced otherwise. Hello there, the person. Oh, yes, I've been caught out down the bottom here. We could salvage it with just a 1x2 slope. But should we? I feel like we should be a bit more accurate to the source material here. Let's see what we can do. We could... Oh, no, I tell you what we could do. We could just use one of the snot bricks that has the plate attached into it. But I like the 2x4. So 2x4 there, snot brick underneath. Could we use a bracket? Well, we've got 2 plates. No, not enough space for a bracket. All right, we will have to see about that. Especially with then the grey on top. We might need to come back and workshop that. But we shall have to see. Hello there, random dude. Moving on to the face. Do we start with the face so we know how many of these snot bricks were needed elsewhere? Keep it light bluish grey. We know what parts these are. There we go. That's enough studs to hold up the face, and they're on 2 white plates. One top, one bottom with some of these lime tiles. Ah, there is. The reason why in the show they've got two 1x1s and a 1x2 is that's how they have the mouse moving. The middle 1x2 is what jumps up and down when they're talking. And I can see a 1x1, but can I find enough of them? Oh, 1x4. I don't know for the eyes. I don't know if all these pieces exist. I'd like to say that first off. This is from Rebuild the Galaxy. All the pieces might not actually exist, but I especially don't know if the 1x4 plate with the two studs holding on the eyes, is a real element. And do I have any? That's one easy way to tell. No, I don't have any, and I have no idea if it's a piece that actually exists. So we'll switch it up. Grab some 1x1s and a tile between them. Just need two of those. Oh, and some white plates to build it on. Let's grab two 1x4s. Do I have a stack? I should have a stack of white somewhere. Maybe I've already spent my stack. We're out already. No, that can't. That, yes. Yes. We have a stack. I need a draw cam, don't I? When I'm under the desk. So you can see my fight with a Lego. Remember that $10 Lego lot you got? Yeah, one of the extra minifigures was a red She-Hulk. Ooh, that's not a common minifigure either. I've just improved my Lego Spider-Man figures, and there's quite a few characters that it surprises me haven't been made more, given the fact that a lot of them have only showed up recently. And some of these are characters that would sell better now than they did. But I feel like Lego's Bricklink purchase, there's a reason behind that. I still don't know how that benefits Lego or how that works in any way. Maybe that's why Bricklink's so far behind, because all the other sites get Lego sets and all their parts early, whereas Bricklink still is behind, and the set could be out for like a month. Bricklink sometimes still doesn't have all the parts listed on there. So maybe it was to stop leaks popping up on Bricklink, control that a bit heavier, or to keep it purely Lego. I'm not entirely sure. Look at Hera. There we go. What angle? All right, definitely need to keep working on the other side, but let's add the eyes. Are they always top left? Huh. Wally is, Ahsoka is, R2 is, Grogu is, Grievous is, the Llama is. All of them are top left. All of them. Has there not been one mistake on a single Brickheadz? Surely there's been one mistake. She-Hulk was only, Red She-Hulk was only in one set from 2017. I was thinking the same about the Spider-Noir figure that I would love to get, but pretty sure he only come in one or two sets. Probably at the same time period as well. There we are. Any more of these? I think that's a cheese slope at the end. But we can always come back for a 1x1. And then I think we might be done with these as well. I'm less sure about that one. I think we might need more. In you go. There we go. So either side we got the white plate. And that will hold some of the slopes. How many slopes we're going to need? Are going to need to work out something for the bottom. With that, how could we go about that? We could have done, I think we could have got away maybe a bracket of some sort. Or the questions. Maybe we do away with the two plates. We'd had to have gone one down. What colour is it? It would be a brown one. I think brown snot bricks are some of the easiest to get my hands on. And it would be... Oh, we could... Yeah, actually, this ain't that hard to make work. We need some of the special snot bricks. These little ones. Tiny, tiny ones. These ones. The rounded off side, 2 plate tall, and a lot more plates. Although this is going to make Hera hollow from the inside. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, that's it. One. Get some white underneath. And then on top of the green, we could switch it up for another brick. It'd be really interesting to see how Lego design these and if there are just a ton of bricks on the inside. If everyone follows the same pattern. Because I feel like that's inefficient when creating so many different aliens, Star Wars, Marvel, like the Minecraft builds as well. All go off so many different patterns and they're completely different to each other. But the face should hide these snot bricks. Hey, it works. It works. And because we've got the white plate base in it, it's also like the hood goes around the head, which I don't know if there's like a white, I guess it'd be the white version of these. Actually, I don't think it does go around the face, but it still looks cool. It still looks cool. Forget about the arms here. What go into them? Some dark tan and brown. I'm going to switch that to a brown 2x4 so we can still rotate them easily. No one wants the arms to come off in 2 pieces. No one. And diving for these clips is going to be fun. And this is 1x2 with a clip in the middle. Well, that's annoying. Let's go with a 1x1 instead. Quite like the way that all Brickheads have similar features like the arms. Even Grievous had similar arms to the regular Brickheads. Any brown 1x1s? And that's something they've held up. Brickheads have been around for a long time, for a really long time. And still continue to have the same features. It's impressive. Impressive they haven't switched it up. We could give Hera some gloves. Oh wait, no, these will be good for Ezra. I don't know if I have any more of those. There's Ezra's hand. Here's Sabine. No harm in putting these away for later. And then, oh yeah, we've got some gloveless Hera hands. Some nice green clips. They exist, we're using them. Let's see. Dark tan. Trying to think what this relates to on Hera. There's no arm printing, but it must be some sort of patch on the shoulder that shows up in dark tan. And that's on both arms. We'll mimic that with the rounded tiles. Yeah, they're 2 1x1s. Again, another element that exists in 1x2s, but I'd say 1x1s are easier to find. I'm not sure any of these are easier to find. Corners would be nice, but I know after building Mauled Scimitar, the corners are not easy to come by. I think there was only 2 in the set. So maybe we'll swap it out for an ingot. 1 for each of the arms. Yeah, that keeps the tan in there, but then still has the brown tile on top. And how low are these arms? Just over the orange. Just over the orange. There we go. It does look weird without the headpiece on it. So we need some white slopes. Let's get the whole draw. We're probably going to use more than we've got in here. There are a ton of sets that use these. Let's build it one side at a time, and then we'll know what we do and don't have. So we've got a plate up there, and then 4 on each side. Ain't bad. Still a lot for a Brickheadz, but it isn't bad at all. And then for the back, I wonder if there'll be anything. The hands are brown. Yeah, I don't have brown. I have like a nougat-y clip, but I don't actually own the brown unless there's a darker brown. I'll double check that again at the end. I don't have many browns, if I do have any. Maybe I've got like a set I can pull it off. Does anyone know any sets that use the brown clip? I'm not seeing much brown on my display. And then 4, oh, that's not right. 4 slopes on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Starting to get the shape up. I think it's definitely the Laku sticking out over the side that's missing from this. And that sticks out for another 2 studs behind. Those slopes are going to be fun to find. Oh yeah, 1 by 1 G slopes? 1 by 1 on both of them. That way it still rounds off. And these are not the Laku, but there's little other bits I think these cover. Right at the front. There we are. Might just be the hat itself. It's represented on the Lego one. Just little bits that come out either side. I don't know exactly what that's called. This is gonna be fun. The whole thing is gonna be fun, but these are gonna be fun looking for. Because I didn't realise I owned so much of them. Oh. Not complaining with that. Alright, the best way to connect these, we're going to want more than 1 stud of connection between these pieces and the Brickheadz. And with the slopes that we've already got, I think the best thing to do is to get a corner plate in. We don't have, well, I think we owned, what, 1 in reddish brown? So rather than reddish brown, I'm going to find them in white because they'll still stick through the slopes. And then it looks like the hat piece, the headgear, is hugging onto everything, though this is also an extension of the hat, isn't it? So we won't need to attach those too sharply. I think it's the goggles. This is an extension of the goggles. Hello there. Yeah, there we are. Get some round plates. Or, see, this is where I'd go with tiles. So let's make it as accurate to the image as we can. Otherwise, it's just a mock at that point. Might as well just start from scratch. So, some round plates. Not this big. We need all round plates. Because a lot of Brickheadz also have 4 studs either side or 4 studs on top. When, I think Palpatine has 4 studs to the side. Kylo Ren has 4 studs to the side. Ahsoka is pretty well tiled off, but that's because a lot of slopes were involved in that. There we are. Keep her in as much focus as we can. Then 2 slopes are, oh, we need more of those slopes on top. Did not notice that. What's the best way to do it? Maybe the front and the back. Let's get those slopes. Do we have 4 more? 1, 2, 3. Hey, 6 at least. And then this sticks out a little bit over the top. But that might add to a bit of depth for the brickheads. Just like so. Filling it in. Not bad. Also need to seal up the jacket. Can't forget about that. And then what was this from? The back? Don't remember where that's popped off. I don't think there'll be much chance to work on anything for the back because of those leku. They stick out. They do stick out. But yeah, we could slope it off, couldn't we? It is just rounded off at the back. My favorite Star Wars character is Ahsoka, who was in this scene with them. And we do have the Ahsoka Brickheadz from Rebuild the Galaxy. There we are. We do have the Ahsoka Brickheadz, which I probably should have got out earlier to go alongside the other characters on the base. Though we're probably not going to be building the Brickheadz base with a little Brickheadz head design on it. Probably won't be building those for all the characters. See if they stand up without it, and then if they need it, it doesn't really give us much of a choice. What piece were we looking for? Finishing the side with that 1x1 with a bar. Let's go for that piece. If we can find it. It's either in this drawer or the other one. Your favourite too. Snap! Good character, that. I like the way they're going with Ahsoka. And how they're handling the character through like Jedi to non-Jedi to Ronin to kind of Jedi again. The full loop. Yes, we got some browns. And then they don't clip to anything. They're just here to detail. So detail, maybe like a cheese slope would have worked well on them. Maybe a cheese slope, maybe... Yeah, I think a cheese slope would have worked well. Just connecting it up. You can see from the top, there is a little bit of white in the middle there. And I feel like the cheese slope would have done well. I haven't seen your gunship. Did you put an image in the community? I'll check that after the stream, if so. Right. Hopefully that'll sort out the exposure. There we go. On top. Are they more round plates? Round plates. Oh, they're the goggles. Yes. They're the goggles on top. And then it also slopes up. Right, they're the goggles. And that's 2x2. More reddish brown. Of course. Of course it is. I don't think I have many more reddish brown. Oh, no, I found a stack. Plenty more. Goggles for everyone. Let's normally 2 brick separators, split plates, but if you have it the right angle, you are able to do it with just one. It's just very hard to do. On top there's like a greeny blue translucent. Do I have any translucent tiles? I guess it could be a 2x2. I have some yellow corner ones. Do I have any translucent round tiles? No, I don't. Dishes would work. Oh, hold on. Wait, is it like a bluey colour? I don't know, they're black on the minifigure. Right, I got some blue ones. Some light blue, some dark blue, some opal blue, and a few different colours. And that's on the rounded off plates. So what we'll do is switch out the rounded off plates. Please have some. This will work so well. Yes, plenty. With some of the snot. The ones with just the one stud. And then we can stack them up without the need of tiles. Yes. And they give that lens shape as well. Because they stick out just a little bit, they're a bit rounded, they give the shape of an actual lens. Improving this model where we can, which, you know, this has passed some sort of official Lego design process. Even if it hasn't been made into an actual set. So I assume this is going to be well looked into to see if this actually works. How would they do the back? Because they've got them sticking out to the side, but they also stick out back. Maybe that just fills the gap. All right, we're going to work with that and see. Yeah, we're going to work with that and see how we go. What do I think about Dummy 13? They're the 3D printed ones, aren't they? I used to have one or two of them when I first got into 3D printing, just after doing the helmet. That clone helmet back there, I 3D printed one. And I don't remember. I probably broke it because I was fidgeting with it all the time. But is that the 13th iteration of dummies already? Oh, that don't seem right. It hasn't been that long, has it? Probably has. Rather than a 2x4, I'm either going to use more corner plates or just straight up a brick. But if I've got the corner plates, we'll probably use those. Yeah, plenty straight. Look, I disappeared for 1 second. This is a live stream, so there was no edit in there. And already I'm back with the plates needed. And then this slopes up and the ears slope down. Do I have these slopes in green? Come on, power miners. Yes, there's 2 power miners coming through right now. Yes, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to be here all day. I have a load of them. Thankfully, power miner sets had a lot of this color. That's probably where I got all of the plates that I've got at the minute. And then the underside slope. Now, I'm not sure power miners had a ton of these. Only one way to find out. A load of car parts in that screen. But do we have any slopes? Any big slopes? No, they are all grey. Are there any grey ones I can sacrifice? I might have to. I do have green. All right, that's a bit of a surprise that I have some green. But what I might do is maybe touch up some of these grey ones. Get them looking the right colour. And then they have to connect in. So that would work with the backdrop. But how would that work with everything else? Do they need to be one? Oh, they need to be one up anyway. Oh, okay. So we are going to need, we might need some of the plates on the top. 2x3s, some 2x3s. 2 2x4s and 2 2x3s. Make a little custom brick out of them. And that will give a bed for them because they are wrapped up in this helmet. Just like so. 2 plates high and then these sticking out the back. Which one did this go on? Went on that one. We're going to need it to go out even further. What do we need? Like a 4x6 on top? Do we? I think we do. I think we do need a 4x6 on top. Really? And then what have Lego put underneath the end? Could that be like a 1x2 slope? Let me see if I can get that up. Oh, where did that come up from? All right, here we go. Let's see. I should have put in, when I search for rebuild, I always put in rebuild. I should put in pieces of the past, because then it would actually show up with the right show rather than the wrong one. Which episode is it? Part 4? Right at the end? Right, oh, how far at the end? I don't know, it must be around the 20-minute mark, surely. Oh no, wait. That's the BB-8 set that I think will be coming out in January. I called that. Oh, there it was. All right, this is Jedi Bob. There we go. There they are. It's a 1x2 rounded off slope. Thank you. Thank you, Disney. I don't know if I have that in the same green. Oh, I do. I doubt it's from Power Miners, but it might be. What I could also do with the height of this brick is see if, on the odd chance, I have enough space to have all these drawers out, and see if I have any snot bricks in a lime green, any of the tall ones. No, not that I can see. Only these really bright green, which is a different shade. I think that will stand out. And yeah, the easiest thing to do would just be paint up this grey brick. There's enough of them in case I do like scratch them whilst I'm painting them up. And then some 1x1 cheese slopes on the side as well. Can't forget that. Finishes them off, very important. Closing up that exposed stud. There we are, and then we'll grab a... How was the back done? Do I build with Lego Technic? I do, not exclusively, but I do like the relationship that System has to Technic and how you can combine them, because Lego System is like these bricks. They're the regular Lego bricks, and then Technic is, for bigger builds, quite crucial to having them not fall apart. Keeping them built. Right, let's see if we can spot any other details on Hera 360. Oh wait, there was a frame. There was a frame. No, go back. We're going to have to pause this at the right time, aren't we? I think most of these characters aren't really thought about being built in person. No, there aren't any extra plates sticking right out, so it is just the one set of plates here. But they also don't have any angled slopes. And I think angled slopes would have looked nice, but let's see if we've got any lime green first. We might not have the actual ones. The goggles only leave space for more slopes, and they are 1x2s, which means it's going to be interesting to try and build. Prefer Technic. There's some really, really nice Technic models at Billund in the Lego house. I was looking for a few of the clips that everyone's posting because it is the media days at Lego. I don't remember, but it is the media days at Legoland Billund, and everyone's posting images of the Lego house. I would love to go one day. It's like the ultimate Lego display. You've got Legoland there, but also just Billund, having the printer out in person. It's a perfect display. Oh wow, that was quick. Not bad. Oh. Here we are. Yeah, there's a Technic dinosaur as well. There's a whole room of dinosaurs, which is why we got a Lego House exclusive dinosaur set a few years back. This is, oh, we can't forget about the torso. Oh, the drawers up here. Let me have a look. Yeah, that was built out of Lego bricks though. It would have been nice if they had, I think they did 3 different dinos. It'd be nice if they had a Lego brick one, a Technic one, and then try to do Duplo one. Thanks for hanging. May the bricks be with you, Riley. Got a few Lego House exclusive sets. Most recently, reddish brown. Oh, I think there is one or two. Most recently, we got, oh, I think it was a new one this year. I can't remember the most recent one. Okay, that's gone. I've completely forgotten that, but they all look really cool. There's the jacket. I thought this would have looked a bit weird in person. Okay, this what? This kind of does look weird. Why does this look so weird? Is that not a green one in the middle? Is that a different color? Is that meant to be like dark tan or? I don't think that's I think that's sand green. This looks like Hera's just got a jacket on. Hello there, George. Got back from National Brick Events in Exeter. Managed to get the Ahsoka Brickheadz, great Brickheadz. A buildable Chewie and a Bugs Bunny figure. That is Rebuild the Galaxy. Pieces of the past right there. Just missing the Solitos. And you've got the complete collection. I kind of want to go with tan. Is it green? It's definitely a sand green. Definitely a sand green. Surely you've got plenty of sand green bricks. Well, I wouldn't say plenty. This is half my collection of sand green. Is that? No, it doesn't look like, I mean, sand green looks better. It doesn't look like, it just doesn't look weird. But it doesn't quite add up either. Also, it's only sand green for one brick, isn't it? No, two bricks, both bricks. Is that sand green? I want to go to a National Brick event. They do look pretty cool, especially location to location, the different things that people take in. Because it's based on the sellers that live close, and a lot of the people displaying are all local to the events. Won't mind going to a few around the country. Oh, they're all... No, they're not all. They're just mostly the spiky ones. Oh, you know where the non-spiky ones come from? Come from the Bad Batch speeder. Did we only get one in that set? Or do I still have the speeder built? That's more likely. I wonder if we have 1x2. I'm going to keep this one out, just in case we don't. Snow Speeders on sale on Amazon. Already? I mean, it kind of makes sense with their prices. Smiths have also got quite a few of the new sets on sale. As long as they mostly go in. There we are. Just missed one. Smiths have got most of the sets on sale. And the prices of them, they were going to go on sale pretty quickly. That makes complete sense. No more little slopes either. We'll have to use a little spiky one. Quite like that. See how that looks. But it's still a bit shocking to me, I think, that they're going on sale so quickly. It's barely been 2 months. And most of the sets are... And this is like 25% off as well for some of them. Or 20% off. Ah. We go. What do you think? I think that looks better because of the way they come out of the hat or the headgear. Maybe even just white slopes. Maybe white... Oh, we didn't try white slopes. Let's see if I got a second. Maybe white slopes. They look green in the actual show. But if they're built in person... Oh. And... White slopes work, especially with the way the headgear is designed. because they only come out at the far side rather than them just connecting at the back and coming straight out the head. I think they do have to be covered a little bit. It's either that or we have some 1x1 greens and then some white out the back. Which, no, I quite like this. I prefer this to what Leo have done. And then we'll just round off the helmet at the back using another plate and some more of these slopes. Were there any in white? Were there any in white? No, light blue, but not white. Oh. Yeah. These can go straight away. So that's the front done. Looking much better than before. For the back, I'm thinking a white 2x4 with slopes going round the sides, or we could slope off the bottom and have the top. If we slope off the bottom, we can tile off the top. They have sloped off the sides, but they've squared off the top. We could even just square off the back. I think the bottom should definitely be sloped to match the sides. But where the head has, they don't show us the back of Hera, which there's no way of knowing what the character looks like from the back. Show off the back of Sabine and a little bit of Ezra. We do have slopes, white slopes on the bottom. We can see that through the gap there. There are white slopes at the bottom, but no idea what's on top. So I'm going to tile it off and hope that looks as good. Maybe we need some 2x3s instead of more 2x4s. Or we can just add a 1x4 under there. Might be easier than trying to balance them on the two studs. Something like this. Because then that builds up to the plates at the top. Yeah. That'll look good with some slopes on the bottom. Do we have enough? We saw two more. We know we've got half of them. But do we have enough for all 4 white 1x2 slopes? Oh, I'm going to have to pour this one out. I don't think there's any in the back. No. They're mostly grey. 1, 2. They were guaranteed, pretty much. Put them straight on. As we come up to finish our first Brickheadz. 3. Oh, 4. It was there. It was there the whole time. You could probably see that one. There we are. Our Hera Brickheadz finished. That looks cool. Kind of short next to Ahsoka. Maybe it's the base. Maybe it's the base. Yeah, that's better. The eyes are level now. I'll put that away and hopefully not forget about that in the pile of Lego bricks. Look at that. Check out the Hera Brickheadz. No problem, Wolfpack. Thanks for hanging. May the bricks be with you. Making sure we tidy up after each of these bricks. Makes it a lot easier after the stream's done. For Hera, we built Hera. For Ezra, we just built 3 Heras. For Ezra, we've got some snot bricks and we also have some dark orange. Because we've done Hera in bright orange, I'm tempted to do Ezra in bright orange, but we'll start off with dark orange and see how far we get. Get some dark orange at the front, which has, is that a 1x1? What colour is that? Must be a reddish brown and then a dark tan. We can zoom in a little bit and just slice Hera off. Sorry, Hera. Dark tan and yeah, I'm going to go with a reddish brown. Because Sabine's got the 1x1 snot with the stud hanging out, we'll use the same for Ezra. They will look to be using a very similar template. Can't wait to get working on the hair. It's my favourite part of Brickheadz, working on the hair. And also with the 1x1s in the torso, is there a way they could have legally done that? I suppose if they have the middle built out for the bottom half, and then if they were to invert it using What, could they use bracket work to invert the top part of the head using an empty space and then build the two torso bits upside down from each other, coming down and sticking out? They could really complicate it. I'm not sure if it works. It's half a stud in it. It might work. It might be half a stud out. But I don't like how they did the torso. So we're going to switch up some of the 1x1s for 1x2s. They potentially might have even just built a stack of 5 1x1s and slid it in the torso. There are a few ways we can get that to work. But the feet, where are the, are they brown 1x? Let's have a little look on, oh, Disney is not any clearer. I think they're brown 1x1s. They seem to be the same as Hera. So from the bottom up, most of this character seems to be the same, except for the extra 2x2 plate on Ezra that Hera and Sabine don't have. Maybe it brings Ezra closer to the ground as he's the youngest of the three, but Sabine shouldn't be too far away. Sabine should be roughly on the same plane. Can't forget to put these back. Don't think we'll be needing them for this one. No, now I've said that, we're probably going to end up needing a lot of them. That's the left foot. What we should do whilst we're building them is take advantage of that base to spread out the legs, so then we can start working on the body. We could do the body straight up. And finding if we've got enough 1x1 bricks, or if I'm going to have to like stack plates for the orange. Where'd I put the bricks? Under here. And our survey says we do. We have a stack. How did both of these drop? Red and blue. Can't be having that. So that's three 2x4s, and start lining up with brown, dark tan. Is it brown or is it like a dark red? Might be where we've got the brightness. But it's definitely brown on Disney. Definitely brown. Similar torso technique to Ahsoka. How did Ahsoka do it? Popping off Ahsoka's head. Oh, see, Ahsoka did it the way that I thought they would have for this, with the 1x2 attached to the floor. But we can see with Ezra where they've recolored some elements. I think they've taken inspo from this, but not realized how the brick at the bottom works. Because the center bottom 1x1, or 1x2 in this case, would have to be the same as the tile below it. Unless they've just built it out one from that. But then the 1x1s, maybe they could be 1x3s. Maybe they could get it to work. Maybe we can get it to work the same way, because I don't think I have an orange one of them. Maybe orange doesn't exist. Maybe it doesn't. And that orange tile is just to cover up some of the work going on the inside. That looks to be right. 3 of these. And they go opposite. So they cut along. There we are. 2 of them along the middle one. We're going to have to build this up with another set of 2x4s. Didn't realize these would be so expensive, because we can't have the hollow. Hera was literally hollow on the inside. We need to go back and add a little brain into these, as is the way with Brickheadz. But Hera was completely hollow. Is completely hollow. What's the easiest part to pop off? Just go for the head, or try and pop the top bit off here. There we go. Completely hollow through to the orange, which is on the base. There is absolutely nothing inside. So we'll go back, add a little brain. Or will we? Maybe we can add a Rebels Easter egg instead of a brain. A little ghost on the inside. That was fun when we built Rex and a few of the other clones. Add in the book for experience. All right, let's make this work. Not the easiest way to do it, but Lego did it for Ahsoka. The hardest part is lining up the top and bottom. which isn't hard. It's just the hardest part because how many 1x3s in orange do I have? If I have a few, and oh, we need tiles as well. I don't have 1x3 orange tiles, do I? Good point. Dark orange. I got bright orange out. I don't have dark orange tiles. Not a chance. Maybe a 1x1. Maybe a 1x1, but we do need some of the longer ones. Yeah, I have a feeling my dark orange tiles are in here. There we are. Like this. This 2x2. Should have poured this. Start working on the rest of the torso as well whilst I'm thinking of what we can do. 1x1, just need one more. Perfect. And we need the tan. The tan's going to be easy. Interesting why they do that with the plates. The plate brick plate is confusing, but as long as it works, we can do that front and back. What's Ezra's back look like? Oh, he just turned around. Come on, walk on past. Oh, hold on. Sabine, Hera's like side on walking away. Sabine is just bobbling like that. And Ezra's scooting like a crab. Just moving along side to literally as you see in the image on the top of the screen. That's what Ezra looks like. And Ezra's... They could have designed the back just the same as... I mean, Ezra wears a jacket. There's a symbol on the back. But they wouldn't capture that in Brickheadz. So we're going to replicate the plate brick plate stack with bricks. And no, with bricks. We're going to replicate the plate brick plate stack with 1x4s instead of 1x1s for the back to get the back of the jacket, and that will let us line up the snot bricks on the arms a bit easier. Here are some 1x2 snot bricks that I prepared earlier. I can't remember what I got these off, but I broke something down recently and there were a lot of tan snot bricks all over it, so thankfully I broke it down before building this. Oh, the 1x2. That's what I needed at the front. And then a ton of plates. Oh, I am going to be bankrupt of these plates after this. Get some plates, bricks, but it's plates for the arms. Why couldn't the arms be a little lower? So plates, snot. And then plates, bricks, plates. Building mocks like this make me realise just how few pieces I have. Like 1x1s in dark tan, I have 3. 2 of which I got in a set, 1 of which would have been the spare for the set. But are there no more? No, none in here. These are bigger plates. Oh, I ain't done with plates. I'm gonna need some more of those. 1x4 bricks. And then for the interior, just before we tie a plate off the top with some more 1x4s, just in this one, we've got to work on the center, which has... How are we going to go about this? We do need 1x3s in orange. Dark orange, though. Which... Oh! Okay. I do have 1x3s in dark orange. Surprised to be sure. We only really need one of them. And then the top one can be... The top one can be the 1x3 in dark red. Do I have any more 1x3s in dark orange? Might as well use them as I got them. And we'll just flip them to the bottom. In true Master Mouldie fashion, I feel like I haven't used a green brick in a while. So let's grab, oh, that's a nice green. Let's grab this 2x2 and use this in the core of Ezra. We're using that to hold onto our 1x3s, creating a little staircase using this wedged bracket plate. It's not a wedge at all. Using this angled bracket plate, using this bracket plate to hold on then the 1x1 studs for the torso that eventually slot in, just like so. And those pieces I've put back again. Light tan for the neck, don't agree with that. That's probably before the recolor of the headpiece, but it's on the Brickheadz. We're gonna have to use it. Just the one. Dark red as well. We're gonna need three of these. 1, 2, and 3, probably from the gunship. Don't think I can name many other big ships that would have had 1x1s. And then some more of the dark orange that I keep putting back and should have learnt by now to have kept out. We're going to need more 1x2s as well. So let's not put that away. Well, I don't have any 1x1s. I have more 1x... How do I have more 1x3s? Do I not have any 1x1s? I genuinely don't have any 1x1s. What I'm going to do instead is move where this green goes. And then we can use some 1x2s. So you... Oh wait, we could just switch out the green 2x4 for a 2x4. I know I said that wrong. We can switch out the green 2x2 for a corner. And that will go around the plate and still hold on every single layer. Look, it's as if we just used a 1x1 on the corner anyway. And stacking up the rest of them. If you really wanted to secure this inside, you could use more green corner plates and a tile on top, but we don't have to fill this out. We can slot it in, make sure it's holding together, and there's the torso for Ezra. Without needing to use any complicated bracket technique in the headpiece like we were going to. Now we just need to plate up the top. So we don't need any of this? No, we do, the arms. Can't forget the arms. Come on, one more 1x2. There are you. No more? None for Sabine? And brighter orange for Sabine by the looks. Which is lovely. Guess we're going to need some more of the nougat pieces. What do we need? A 1x... Oh, 1, 2, 3 1x2s. We're going to need some on the side of the head as well. We're going to get those out when we get to the head. Let's work through the rest of the minifigure. Hand plates, I said. Some bigger ones. Could use some corner plates on the top. I know we were going with a plate brick plate, but sometimes we can use different plates to secure it in, and they should hide most of the seams through the arms. I suppose that's the Lego printed brick. I don't know if we've seen a hidden printed brick. I know they've been reused around, but for the Ezra Brickheadz, the printed brick would be for the logo on the back of the jacket. I think I could accept that. That would be a nice printed brick to have. That would be really nice to have the logo on it. And then some 2x2s for the arms again. They've used more 1x2s, which I'm not a fan of. I wasn't for Hera. I'm not like an hour later for Ezra. It's all right. It's all right until you get around to switching out the arms. I just think popping off an arm like Hera's here. Popping off the entire arm and just flipping it 90 degrees if Hera wants to hold a blaster is a lot easier than trying to do that with 2 stacks of 2. And also, well, they do give, I don't think Hera gave much room for the 2 stacks of plates. on their arms. There are ways of making it work, but not incredibly easily, like you'd see in a typical Lego set. We never did the legs. We never did the tan plate and the reddish brown plate, which both would have been in that massive drawer. No, the dark tan wouldn't have, just the brown. Just the brown. All right, let's get some of the headpieces. So I think they're 1x4s. We don't get any sort of side on, do we? Not really a good side on for Ezra. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I guess the ears are 1x2s. Is that a 1x2 slope in front of the ear? No, 1x2 tile. All right, 1x2 tile makes sense. But they'd sloped up to the ear, which would have just camouflaged the entire ear. Well, we have one of them. Not looking good. A lot of 1x4s. A lot of 1x4s. Some 1x1s as well for the corner. Let's hope they're hidden at the bottom. 2x3s, 2x2s, way too big. 2x2 big. 1x4. Can we get away with 1x4s for the heads? We'd get away with 2x2s if we have more 1x1s. Which we... Oh no, that's an orange one. Right, if we have another 1x1, we could get away with a 2x3. Yes! 2x3 will go right down the middle of Ezra's forehead, getting rid of any of those wrinkles. We still need 1x2s for the ears. Are they slopes? Because there's no way to get slopes on a tile. Right above Ezra's cheeks. They look to be 1x2 slopes. Any 1x2s? No. Oh wait, 1x2 in tan. What do we need that for? Why was I looking for a tan piece? I don't remember. I do remember. Oh, for the leg. Well, that wasn't a 1x2. That was a 1x1. Got to be in here somewhere. Got it. And this is for the legs. Is it a safe bet putting this back, or have I done it so many times I should keep it out? That's the question. All right. This is already looking a lot more detailed than Hera, which makes sense. I think Hera could have been too detailed. Maybe could have done with a belt. Maybe. Though Lego minifigures, they did this with 9num as well. They have their belts printed on like the top of the legs, whereas even Hera doesn't wear her belt like right down here. It's around the waist where most characters are. Sometimes there's a lower hanging clip for like a blaster or something on the leg, but I don't know. I don't know if Lego need to print belts on the legs. 9num doesn't. Between that and the molded head, the molded head looks good, but the molded head, yeah, I would have preferred an actual minifigure head to swap out the helmet, because now for a helmeted 9num, they're going to have to give us another minifigure with another exclusive molded head. And I feel like both of these could have been switched up for it. It wouldn't really have been an anniversary minifigure if they had like an exclusive face print or an updated face print and an exclusive torso. I feel like I understand fully what Lego were doing, I just don't like it. And that's all right sometimes. Oh, I'm pretty sure I just said about not doing this and I've started pouring. Stop. Stop it. Let it be. We haven't even got any bricks for the head. Pretty simple. Going to be plates on most of the sides, though. On the side, we are going to need at least the 4 studs around the bottom. So thankfully, we've got plenty of these knot bricks. Round the top seems to be a lot of slope, so we'll get away with just having that 1x4. But at least round the bottom, we're going to need 4 of these 2x1x5 plate snot bricks with the 4 studs. Maybe the same on the back. Again, we don't see the back of Ezra's head, so there's no way of knowing. I'm just gonna go with the flow, and that'll work out. So we'll include another one around there, and we don't actually need anything in the middle here. I want to fill it out. I'm going to add a few bricks in there, but the next bricks it's probably going to receive will be along the front, holding the entire head. Oh, we could add like a plate, couldn't we? Keep these tan ones for the side and one for the back. And then, oh, another one for the front. Like with Hera, trying to keep them all the same color and get some 1x2s to fill the gap. Greys, tans, as a Star Wars fan, we have plenty of these. They're not rare. And some plates as well. Let's exchange. Oh, wrong drop. How many of these 1x2s? 3? Seems good to me. Plates for the face and the hair. Actually, the hair doesn't seem to be on plate, so maybe a black plate for the top. But for the front, is there that nougaty? Do we have like 2x4s, 4x4s? Is that going to be a row of 1x4s? That wouldn't be nice. That'd be a pain to work with 1x4s. Oh look, the face is now secured on. Actually matches, even though light tan is highly inaccurate for Ezra, it actually matches that little bit on the neck, that little pow bit. I guess Ezra doesn't see too much sun. Needs to get out a little bit more. There we are. 2x4s, 2x watts. 2x. Gotta be some sort of. Oh! Is this the right shade? Always use a camera to check the shade. It might look right in person until you actually find the right shade, and then you see how far off it is. But yes, I think that confirms we've got the right shade. 2 of these will do. See ya. And 1 and a 2, and I think with the 2x3 coming down the middle of the forehead, we could place them either way. I really want to hide this down the front, the seam of the 2x4, so that it looks complete from the side. Or the plate on top isn't gonna make much of a difference for that. Still need a few more plates to go around here, and a 1x2. That's something. Got what, number 1? No, backwards number 1. And that's all the time. Oh, besides the 1x2s, yeah, we don't have 1x2s. Huh. How are we going to hide that then? No 1x1s, only 1x4s and 2x2s, unless we have. Oh, what if we have any of the plates? This would be really cool if any of these were in the nougat color, only in light or dark tan. All right, we'll work that round. Maybe some corner plates, and we can add. Oh, there's so many ways of doing this. So many ways. Let's get finishing on the face, and then we can work out one of the many ways we're going to do it. Spoiled for choice. That's an eye and a bit of the hair, which is black. Sabine's is dark blue, and I wondered what they'd go with for Ezra, because Ezra is more of a dark blue in Rebels, but they've gone with black, which I'm happy about. I don't have a lot of dark blue slopes. I don't think I have. A few Star Wars sets like the Separatist ships would beg to differ otherwise, but I know building that AAT, the minifigure scale one, was not as easy as it might have looked. Fun, but not as easy. 1, 2 corners. Let's keep those out, because if it's anything like a few of the other, like the Rebels Brickheadz, it's gonna need a few more slopes, quite a few more slopes. The Last Jedi one. And try and line these up as well. Maybe we should have added a little brick. Oh, we need some Nutcracker Brickheadz, but with the actual mouth moving feature. That would be cool. Little Technic on the inside, making it able to move. Yeah, that's a fun feature. And then one by one like that. Get some eyes pointing top left, as with all the other Brickheadz. Got to double check that Sabine in the show also. I wonder if their eyes move. I wonder if Ahsoka's eyes are ever not pointing top left. Someone's got to have watched it through a like 0.25 speed to find that out. And then it definitely looks like a rounded off slope of some sort. In Rebuild the Galaxy, it's the shape of the bottom one. It kind of looks like it's coming out and then curving a bit. Let's see if we've got like a straightforward. Oh, it might be an ingot. That might be the curve that I'm seeing, but it doesn't look like an ingot on screen at the minute. It just looks like a normal 1x2, which yeah, we don't have. We don't have none of them. 1x2 plate at best, no ingots. Unless no, we've already had this emptied. Maybe there's something else we can use. I'm thinking of different elements that have that tile space on them. 1x3s would have worked great. 1x3s would have worked because we could have just shortened the ear. Let's get the ear out. I'm gonna put these away now. Sabine's probably gonna use some reddish brown, but until Sabine's out, we don't need that. There we go. And then black slopes. Let's have a little list. Black slopes. I think all the slopes, all the black slopes. So we've got, that's dark blue, the rounded slopes, the chi slopes, and the 1x1 chi slopes. 1x1 chi slopes, 1x2. And then the black slopes are in with the white and grey. I haven't got around to sorting them. They're used for so much. My white slopes are on the Light Up Ghost from the start of the stream, which does have a fragile base. There we go. The eyes and mouth that light up. That's never going to get old. And black slopes with a snow speeder, grey slopes with the ATST, the AT-AT, the recolor of the snow speeder. A lot of them used up. There's no... The same angle I've got up in my other tub at the minute of Ezra, just top corner of the screen. Is there any like shimmer? Any better angle? The slopes on the top, in the middle. Ooh, they're like rounded off at the edge. But they're quite sharp slopes in the middle. Come on, Ezra. I think they're rounded off in the middle and then they just go up further on the outside. So let's separate all our black slopes first. Or keep them on the tray. That's what I designed it for, so that we could just pick off the ones that we need. Out of shot, out of mind. And that's a lot of these 1x1s. So we'd need some plates. But also, if we were to line these up, the slopes on the outside would stick up more. So we'd need to put them a plate up. They're not a plate up. Unless they are a plate up. And that's blending in with the slopes. Oh, no, I've lost it. I skipped too far forward. Back it up, back it up. And that's... Oh, this is going to be hard. We might have to wing a lot of this here. I don't know how that looks. Maybe it's a 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a 4 slope at the front. And then if we plate off some black, especially get it out. Oh yeah, that's why. Because we need it to come out to the front. Oh. Oh. That makes so much sense now. Oh, I see. I understand it now. Let's get some plates. I forgot about the face at the front. That does make, that genuinely makes a lot more sense. So Ezra at some point will have his hair going from out like this. Maybe it tolls off at the front. Maybe we need to get like right in there to see Ezra's hair, because it doesn't look like it's too tall right at the front. In fact, it actually looks like it sticks out quite flat at the front. It goes like that and then builds up behind. So we're going to need some 1x5s. Not a great piece to work with. Let's try and break that down. Get some 1x3s instead. 1x5s aren't too common. Used in a few of the bigger sets. So no point using them here if we don't need to. Especially when we've got an abundance of 1x3s in black. Again, no idea where I've got them from. Couldn't name you a set. And then cheese slope. So at the back, we've got a plate. Actually, another 1x3 at the back with some cheese slopes and a... that one's got a 1x3. This is the only one I can see because it's the outline of Ezra's entire head. Just at the back there. 1x3 slope with 2 1x1s. Cheesy 1x1 slopes. And are we mimicking this same on the other side? Because a lot of Brickheadz are mimicked. But Kylo's hair from The Last Jedi isn't, I don't think. Pretty sure that's got a slightly different design. Then we can keep the back looking how it did at the front and try to blend this on the far back side as well. I think that'll work. Don't need 1x3s, 1x2s at the front with some slopes, nougaty slopes. And that'll be for the ears, and I think we'll try and use it for the neck as well. Or 1, 2, or with the top studs we can replace them with bricks. You know what? I didn't even think about that. We could just have nougat bricks up the side. Because I'm pretty sure I remember saying we had at least 2 more. Just 1? No, 2. Yes. 3, 4. We have a few more. And some bricks at the top. Let's replace the side snot bricks. With a brick and then 2. Let's go with tan plates. We use tan, not bricks. Let's go with a light tan 1x2. Just to level it out both sides. Just like that. Ah. No tiles needed. Look at that. No tiles needed on the side. And then we can get our ears in. Same ears that have been used since the very first Brickheadz as well. No need to improve the design. What have we got behind the front? Tell you what I can do. I can crop. Oh wait, have I already? We already have it cropped. All right, let's crop the left side a little more. There we are. Blow up Ezra as big as we can. Hello there, Owen. Welcome. Come on, welcome to the stream. Very fun idea for the stream. Weird they use multiple tiles instead of the 2x4 actual brickheads used for the forehead. It is, especially Ezra makes sense because Ezra's got the little hair pieces that need studs on it. But Hera with two 1x4s, I feel like Brickheadz, there's a new feature in Studio actually that has just been rolled out to the public where you can break and combine bricks. So like the 2x4, right click it, break it up, and then it turns it into two 1x4s, or like a 1x1, a 1x2, a 1x3, and another 1x2, stuff like that. So I think that's how they used Studio to create these, and kept breaking up plates and just forgot to patch them all together again. Because they're not sets, they probably didn't go through the same requirements and same tests as any of the other figures, which you know, they show up for a couple seconds in an episode, but it would have been nice if they did put in the same work that they did for some of the other characters. That's a one by what? Oh, that's just a 2x2 plate. I need to break up these plates a little better, but I find when mock building, having a tub of black plates, it's so much easier than a tub of 1x1s, a tub of 1x2s. So I just need to keep breaking these down, splitting them up. But 1x1 plates are the hardest to find in tubs like this. There's one. And there's another one. When you find one, you find them all. Currently building an alien transporter mock. Oh, so that's going to look great alongside the rest of your collection. Oh, I did have it. Nope, I lost it. What else did I lose? 1x8. Way too big for this. I have a feeling that 1x1 just didn't exist. I imagined it. We've been building for nearly 2 hours now. I'm already going crazy. That's it. All right, we'll come back to that. This would be great if they released Lego being there. This would be great for Lego to release instructions of, hopefully not after we've spent hours building it based off one image, but even after this stream, for Lego to release instructions of as part of the rewards program. That would be a great idea. Maybe even part of like a, couldn't do it for a competition. I kind of get why they wouldn't release instructions without releasing an official set, because Lego do have enough problems with official sets being made by other companies. Could you imagine Lego releasing something like this? Every other company that's trying to be where Lego is just going to hop straight on it. Hop straight on it, do the exact same thing, and just nick Lego's design. Oh, hold on. This is sticking out forward. That's not where you're meant to be. And then on the inside, it's a 1x2 with another. 1x2 with another. It's a 1x2 plate. So the hair's actually not that hard. When you really look into it and take your time designing it, the hair's quite nice, if I say so. Just got to mimic it on the other side. And then sort out the top. The top of the hair's definitely the hardest, but there's some sharper slopes in there. A lot of these little 1x2s would be nice. because I seem to have a ton of them on my desk. Just need that one by one. Maybe I just need a bigger drawer. If I grab a handful, that should thin up the drawer, right? Oh, no. No. I keep thinking 1x2s or 1x1s. Nope. Are you? Are you a 1x1? Yes! We got it! I like the way the hair comes together at the top. And even though it doesn't exactly meet, it's not far off. Not far off it at all. And Ezra's hair, it's pretty separated in the middle. Going straight through, there is this like black arch that goes the whole way through the hair. So rather than using a bunch of Lego wouldn't just use slopes in the middle, would they? Would you, Lego? Would you? It seems to be that's all they've used. So I kind of want to use cheese slopes though. I kind of want to work cheese slopes into it. Let's see if we've got any bigger slopes. I do keep those in a separate tub, and that might save us on some 1x2s. Oh look, it knew exactly what I was looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where there's 7, there must be 8. So I think I had 8 of them. Of these giant 2x4 slopes that work the exact same. Use what, instead of 8, that's 2 pieces. They don't look bad for Ezra. I feel like at the back I would have bridged it, or maybe had it sloping backwards. Maybe get some cheese slopes there. But yeah, I don't know how Lego would have then made that work in the middle. That would have been not the easiest to do. And for the back, should we add some long ones then short? I think a 2x4 is in order. Either way we do this, but I do want to use as few 1x1s as I can. Maybe corner. Oh, maybe corner pieces instead of a 2x4. I think we're still going to need 2 1x1s, aren't we? But then our cheese slopes can be 1x2 cheese slopes. Ooh. Oh, would this mesh in too much? Would that? We don't get a look at the back. Would that be too much? Would Lego? I think they'd work out the middle differently. Or would the middle be the longer part? Oh, okay, no, I've got this. Do we have any of the bigger slopes? Not the wide ones. Looking for the longer ones now. No, not in black. Only in grey and white. Like a 2x8 slope. 2x12. What are we doing in there? Can't be the last. Can it be the last one? No. Wait, how have I run out? How do I just have one 1x4 or one 1x3? Why do I have an odd amount of slopes? Okay, that's thrown me. Let's use some of the smaller ones. Special. That's why. Smaller ones in the middle. Kind of want to use some 2x3s now instead of all these plates, but the corner plates will work. All right. Right now, you're rebuilding Anakin's Starfighter. Which version? Great set. Both, I think, I was looking back. The 2014 one, I think, is a really good version and on top of the rest. But I think the latest one is my favorite. That is if you're building a version. You might be building a custom one. Oh no, hold on, that was right. replacing one of the cheese slopes so that we can get... Oh, but then we need two 1x1s. Oh, I've come across the holy grail. Hello there. Don't know the yellow one. There was a 2014 yellow one. I assume it's probably the 2020 yellow one, but the 2014 one is very, very similar. I wonder if they're actually more similar than I realise, and they're pretty much the same design. Once you've built one of them, you've built both of them, sort of thinking. But yeah, I didn't own the 2014 one, and it looks good. It looks good. Let's shorten the hair a little bit at the back. We don't want it going up as high. Although we do kind of want it coming out as far, if that makes sense. Like oh no, it does come out as far because of the slopes. Yeah, that works. Oh, I kind of want to use the bigger slopes. We don't have the bigger. Oh, I think I did have one of the smaller, bigger slopes though. Yeah, let's get rid of these 1x2 slopes. These are too small. Off you pop. Let's have a look.
I just got a Lego Smith's Christmas advert.
Oh, a Smith's Christmas advert?
A Lego one.
A Lego Smith's Christmas advert. Nice. Any specific Lego set?
Well, the Santa one, and then I skipped it.
This is the way, skipping ads. You don't have to watch all of the ads. Just the start, hit the skip button. Get rid of it. As long as you're not using an ad block, supports the channel. Let's what is it we need? That's a good question. What is it we need? Oh, another, like a corner slope. Something like this. Completely reworked the back of Ezra's head. We're using corner plates to hold on those exterior slopes. Oh no, it's a 1x1 in there. There we go, like that. Corner plates to hold on the exterior slopes, and then freeing up the middle for a bigger slope, which I think is going to look better. We need to find it again now. Just put them all back, and then we can move on to Sabine. Hello there, Moonshoes. Going to post a picture. Nice. Be sure as well. Anything? Oh, we did have a big. Oh no! What? We did have a big one. It was hidden. Be sure anything you build during a stream, feel free to post it. Not feel free. Be sure to post it in the community tab on mobile devices. Still haven't worked out half the stuff YouTube are rolling out. What was the new thing? The hype. The hype on videos. I don't think that's something for me to see. It's purely a viewer experience. Doesn't affect videos my end, but still don't really know about it. I mean, it looks like Ezra, especially. No, you know what doesn't look like Ezra? They've used a black 2x4 on the top and black plates under. Oh, okay. I see it now. So the two, yes, these need to be flipped. Get some more of that black hair color. What community tab? You're asking me. On mobile devices, if you head over to the channel page, there's a visit community. So the old community tab has gone. It's the community page that pops up either when you go on the channel on a mobile device, or if you're looking for your subscriptions, you can tap on the channel profile and then it has a visit community where you can share your own posts, just like the posts page if you do have an account, but also works for viewers of the channel. So we've had a load of people share their mocks. Fantastic Four, I think that was Archer. We have, I want to say, George with the Spider-Man CMF display. Some really good builds over there as well, and customs, some of which I've used for some of my videos. So if you do have any ideas, be sure to share them with the community over there. And if you can't work it out, most of us still haven't worked it out either. Thanks for hyping the video, Scrap Squadron. Yeah, it's a work in progress. YouTube are rolling out a lot of different things right now, and just trying a few things. The communities is kind of like Reddit. Then you've got Hype. I think that's new. I haven't really seen anyone do that. It's the equivalent of, I guess, liking the video, but for smaller channels it weighs differently. Started watching Marvel Zombies. I can't believe, I'm not going to spoil it, no spoilers. I just can't believe where that ended. It makes sense, but it's shocking. That is crazy. Anyone want to give you a Disney Plus account? Disney have changed their terms of service as well. It hasn't affected everyone yet, I don't think, but it has affected us. And their location locking it, that's better. That's better for Ezra Bridger. So you can only use your Disney Plus at one address, which must suck for people going on holidays. I don't know how that works. I guess it's probably like Netflix are doing a similar thing, where you have to apply for to go on holiday, and you can't go on holiday or go away for more than once every 3 months. It's something crazy like that, which I think is mental for paying for it. If someone really wants to watch a show on there, most of the time I think they will pick up their own account. I don't see that many people sharing accounts. Let's get rid of that. We've got Ahsoka, Hera, Ezra. One character left to do. And for that, we're going to have to uncrop them from the image. Let's reveal Sabine and... Oh, it moved it along automatically. Lovely. We do have some nice colours here. I'm realising now, on the foot of Sabine, that isn't a regular snot brick. That's one of these that has the little indent. We didn't use that one for Ezra. We did use the one that pokes out, but that's okay. Ezra can be a little different. Yeah. Let's build the base. It actually works out really well building them on the base. Oh, feet first. Black plate. Then you don't have to try and piece the legs together to the torso once you work it up from there. It's odd how they're cracking down, like all the big streaming services, how they're cracking down on password sharing, because they're only doing it like location at a time. And I think they don't want to do it, because if you can't password share, password sharing is making accounts so much cheaper. I think you can only have like 4 profiles anyway on the bottom Disney Plus one. And if you are password sharing with 4 people, you know, you're only paying a quarter of the subscription. I think that's a fair deal. It'd be the equivalent of waiting for a Lego set to go on sale. Not all of us are picking it up day one. And by them cracking down on it and stopping certain, just specific locations, I think it's more, you know, just scaring everybody off from doing it. But I do think it's going to bite them in the butt. It's like biting the hand that feeds you. Because rather than 4 people paying for their own, the 4 people that are sharing it are just going to cancel their subscription. Just going to go back to, you know, for the cost of them. If you're not watching every single thing that these companies put out, it's cheaper to buy the DVDs or well, maybe not Blu-rays, but it is genuinely cheaper to buy the DVDs for certain releases. Mando's come out on DVD now. I think there's a few other shows, like Clone Wars has its own DVD. The new series, the previously Disney Plus exclusive, they're all coming out on DVD just because there's still so many people that can't afford to subscribe to a million things a year. I only pay for Disney. That's the only subscription we're tied to, because being a Star Wars fan, that's what I watch everything on. So it tends to be even at uni, we only paid for Disney and then just whenever we went round someone's house, we'd flick something on in the background. Want to watch that? Have that on, because you can still do that rather than 4 people sharing a password. They'll just go around and have movie marathons. It does. I don't see how it works out to benefit cost-wise. I just see more people unsubscribing, and Netflix's user base going down, down, down. Netflix getting more expensive because more people are dropping, and it's going one way. It is only going one way. There's a few good things on Netflix that I admit might be saving them right now, but still, over time, they're just going to be going down, down. I mean, saying that, even YouTube has some really good little kind of like game shows or series that people are doing, and I'm watching a few of them. I don't tend to watch TV unless football's playing, and even then, I'm usually streaming when football's playing. That's if it's on TV. There we go. I'm trying to think of the last like movie or that sort of thing that I watched on live TV and not on demand. Even something, being in the UK, which might be a surprise to some of you, being in the UK and watching Doctor Who, which I do like Doctor Who, it's on iPlayer the morning it comes out at like 7 p.m, 9 p.m. I think it's 9 p.m. now, but it's on iPlayer that morning. So I normally watch it with breakfast because it saves having to wait for it to actually be on live TV. You can pause it as well if you need to get up and do something else. It just works out a lot better for me personally. There we are. Not to mention like the whole TV license and everything else as well. What does Sabine, do we have? Oh wait, we get a glimpse of the front of Sabine. Go back. Where was it? Now to share together. Heard that line a million times. And pause. Yes, we got it. Right, I don't think I have any of those. It's like the magenta color that you can see on screen with a lot. I think that's black. It doesn't look blue. Maybe that's the lighting though. What is Rebel Sabine looking like? Rebel Sabine, it is a black black top with the armor then over the top. Right, so that's mostly black. Why did I ever put away the black pieces? It should just keep them all out. And a lot of plates, a lot of snot bricks. Not many bricks are going to go into this character, though at the back we do have space for like 2 bricks tall. So if we're starting off, I don't feel like it's a brown. I feel like it might be a dark tan at the bottom. Brown is, there's a dark brown around the belt. No, brown, yeah. It is kind of brown. What they use for the minifigure. Surely this is based off that. Yeah, it is dark tan on the minifigure with a brown belt. All right, dark tan it is. Getting rid of these. We'll get past the feet eventually. Up there while we're using them. Do we have dark tan snot bricks? They exist, but they're clearly not very common. Not as common as dark brown. Ah, there we are. One of the legs has a purple, or like a bit of armor. It's Mandalorian armor. One of them's purple. Is the other one purple as well? Yeah, they seem to be very similar. This is the blue hair with a green, no, with the orange. Blue hair with the orange bottom. All right, let's get an image up. It's the same armor. It's a bit more worn down on the right. So because they've gone with that magenta color, I'm going to go with that on both legs. If we have the tile. Yeah, I think we have a lot of 1x2s. Hopefully we have some 1x1s as well. Otherwise, might need to use a plate. 1x2, 1x2. Why so many 1x2? 1x2, yeah, 1x2s aren't an issue getting out. I think they're mostly translucent red. I shouldn't have mixed those. But no 1x1s. What about plates? 1x2. Hey, we got one 1x1. I don't know how that's possible. Is that a spare for a set I've got built? One 1x1. Any corner pieces? Any round elements? Oh, wait, we got a few corner ones. So we're going to need some for the body. How many can I pull out? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, I don't think this is that magenta. It's more of a dark pink. Do I have any of those tiles? We'll mix and match. Oh, loads of these. These must have come in like a creative box. And the armor's going outwards. Yeah, that makes sense. You want it covering the outside of your leg. Ah. Now trying to get that middle piece, especially with how they tile it out. So we've got these on the side. 2 round bits on the side, 1 in the middle. Oh, I can see how they, yes, I see how they built it. Is it all magenta? Yeah. Kind of looks like there's a plate or like a tile in the middle sticking out. That might just be the depth. No, it does look like it's a bit lower. It does look like it's a bit lower down. Also, they seem to be like, I know they're corner tiles because we can see it in this image, but they look like hearts in this shot. I wonder if they switch it up at any angle. Right, and then plates and plates and more plates on top. So let's finish off the tan leg. Plenty of tan, right? Yeah. Nice, easy color to find. And then tan brown. Tan brown. I've learnt my lesson from just picking up one of them. Grab them all. 2 tan and 2 brown, rather than plating out the outside. Wait, brown's not in here. Brown's in the other side. As I was saying, rather than plating up just the one side, I'm going to do the entire body in case we need to stack some other bits as we go up. Try and not hollow this one out, is what I'm saying. And then black on top, but we need the snot bricks. Well, the whole point was to stomp it down when it was ready. No plate in the middle. Actually, they do look rounded off for the legs. That'll be all right. 2 of the sides. 1x1s in black. Ah, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. And also, hold on, this isn't where the arms are. The arms are one higher. Well, the arms themselves are a few higher, but the arms as I'm looking at them don't need that anymore. Maybe for the hair. Should have checked if we had any orange. I forgot. Should have checked for orange. Perfect. That's where the snot bricks lie. All right. I know you can't really see the armor on the desk, but it looks nice. I have to take my word for that. It does look very nice. Black should be a fairly common color. It is. And then some bricks. What we got? 1, and then ooh, 2 plates on top. I'm looking at the hair, and it's looking fairly easy to build. We have a Is that a cheese slope? Right on the top. Cheese slope on the top. Gotta remember that. So we're gonna need some of those big ones. What do we have? We have these pink ones. Seems fitting we use these for Sabine, no? It's this yellow, red. It's gotta be this. It matches up to the color of the armor and everything. Gotta be that. And then we'll use some. I think actually I'm gonna go with some boring dark grey ones. And then the face will be easy to do. Let's keep some black ones as we've already used them. And same for the back. Yeah, there's a few plates that go the whole way along. That should work just fine. And that way we can use a brick up inside the head. Plus we need some for this though. That should be all the snot bricks. Nope. We're going to need some snot bricks for the front. That shouldn't be all the snot bricks. Take that back. What else? That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How does that go? Oh, it must be brackets used for the front. Okay. So if they're using brackets, then that'd go the whole way down. No, it can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've got an extra tile. That's what it is. And that's one of those big bricks. Because I don't have any more of the magenta ones. I'm just going to use two of these little ones. Oh wait, I should really use, because they're rounded off corners, they're going to reveal a little bit of the brick. Oh no, I did not think of that. We could get away. Yeah, we can get away with these snot bricks, the old ones, before they come out with the new ones. Create our own 2x2. Hopefully we didn't use any of the other black ones this stream. That'd have been fun. Using the pieces that we need. And then what's there, like a little flesh bit at the top, little light tan, are we saying? I don't know why I'm guessing this. Don't we see Sabine's face at the end when they turn? Let's see, because they might not show off Sabine's face square up. They do. They show it off. The subtitles are in the way. No. Why are the subtitles in the way? Is there a bit of tan? It's like a guessing game half the time. Is there no way? What if I full screen it? Do the subtitles shrink? Yeah, they do. And it's only black in the middle. So, only black in the middle. We can work with that. To light bluish grey. And this is, I don't know what this is. I assume this is just a detail on the actual, like the jumpsuit one underneath. And then a black 1x2. Maybe for that turtleneck effect of it going up to the actual head, because there's also some bandana on a lot of the Mando suits that comes over the head when they're wearing their helmets built into it. So it does go right up. Some more snot bricks. Don't mind if I do. Brickheads is just the Lego word for snot brick, really. These are all brickhead elements. And there we are with the armor. Just a scene on screen for, that works out, for the arms. I've already started building these. We just need a grey 1x2. Now, I know I have a few of these. I don't know if I have a few of these in here or if they're on builds. All right, only one of them, but there's one on the Ahsoka Starfighter, which I showed off earlier in the stream. I do have right here. We can nick that. Working on a new cockpit for that anyway. Probably the easiest arms out of the entire video. And what did I say? So we need 2 plates at the front to get that to height. 2 1x4s. And then this is plates, isn't it? Like 2x3s, a 1x4. This size one. No, this one. Like that. And then 2x3s. Oh, and then really want to whack like a 2x4 in there. But I feel like we could just use 1x2s. I have the most of them out of any brick. I don't mind using a lot of those. Wait, that's too tall. I have a lot of them, he says. Yes, I do. Just had to find them. And this is the bottom of the head, isn't it? So all of these hang down. And then we got the colourful ones for the top. That's more like it. All plated out anyway. But I'm not sure how many plates we can fit up there. So to be on the safe side, we're going to use these nice, shiny, nice colourful. They're not shiny, but they are colourful. Stand out in a crowd. And some more snot bricks. Now we've just got to detail the face. We're going to start with the side of the head. I think that makes sense. That's what we can see on screen. And it's probably just as hard as doing the face. Getting some of these orange and navy elements, eh? Especially the corner ones. There's a load of dark tan. I'm going to need to pour this out. Let's clear the tray. Oh, it's always one. Always one. Keep pressing space and playing something. Right. How much of it? So we only really need. Oh, yeah. Let's look at the face. So it's a 1x4 because Sabine has hair coming down on the rest of her head. 1x4. 1x2 for the mouth. 2 1x1s for either side. Oh look, it's just giving me the pieces. A corner 2x2 tile. No, okay. Overstayed my welcome there. And then a tan 1x4 with the 2 studs shouldn't be a problem. No doubt loads of these come from Mos Eisley. I only have a few, but I'm pretty sure we got a few in Mos Eisley. I feel like we got every element in tan in Mos Eisley. The Master Builders Mos Eisley, that is. And that's on a dark blue 1x4 and the tan 1x4. Well, the dark blue was waiting for us. Tan one less so. But it means we can start putting these together. Let's get Sabine's eyes. I think that improves the look so much. If I tile this on, let's see just how much. So this is what Sabine looks like at the minute. That's Sabine at the minute. And just by putting on the eyes, already, okay, the brain's exposed, but already that's looking miles better. Miles and miles better. And then for the top, we'll get there. Maybe a 1x4 already. And then we'll get there for the rest of it. What are we going to need? We're going to need 1x4. We're going to need dark blue plates, dark blue slopes. And I don't know why I put these slopes back. Because we're going to need a lot of these. Maybe not the black ones. I think we're all done with you. But a lot of these slopes. Including ears. They can go straight on. one either side. The corner pieces are proving to be a bit harder. I'm gonna say it. Pretty sure we got some of these in the Master Builders Mos Eisley. Actually, we used these recently for the V19. So I wonder if I actually used them in that. That would prove a bit more difficult. Nothing else tan we could have used them for. Seemingly nothing laying around. Let's just double check they're not here first. There's the rest of Sabine's head up to the forehead. A lot of 2x4s. Oh, dark tan. It caught me out again. Right. Not in here. Let's see if I can swipe it. No, there's nothing tan built around, and I broke down the V19 as well, so they're no longer in that. Unless the only other thing that's tan that I can think of is the basketball court. But I also don't think there's that many tiles here. No, none that stick round to the bottom, so guess they're not here. Watch, we're going to be building that mythosaur skull to find there was some in the T-Rex skull all this time. So we're going to have to modify this to work for that. Get rid of some 1x2s. Thankfully the sides of the heads are so easy to pop off. We need the plates from the front, yeah. And then corner bricks. Oh, we've made space for corner bricks. I'm gonna start putting these pieces away. I'm pretty sure I got some black corner elements that need to be used. I do. Corner bricks, and then and then what? And then like a 1x1 plate. Oh, more black plates. Knew it. Even though we finish up with them, still ended up needing more. Just a one. Nearly lost Sabine. And then we'll switch up the grey 1x4s as well to account for these extra smart bricks in the cheeks. Might be able to replace them with black 1x2s. There we go. We've basically got an entire wall. This is not far off how Lego actually do the brickheads in terms of they use 12 of these 2x2 snot brick designs. We've nearly covered the whole side with them. And now we're going to need some 1x1s, 1x2s. You probably already guessed it. So let's pull this back out. Oh, there's one. Have that coming up the front. Was that an orange? Yeah, an orange slope. An orange cheese slope. Slope of cheddar. So I think the orange slope is going to be up on a plate, and there is a blue slope above it. So I might go with a dark blue. If we have dark blue corners, I'm going to go with a dark blue corner. No more black plates, right? No more. Do we get the 2 1x2s? Nope. That would help. There we go. No more. No more black plates. I'm pretty sure. I said that last time, but now I'm pretty sure. Just like so. Back of the head on it as well. What did we get on top? We didn't say. I think it's just a 1x4 running up. Oh, actually, Could be like a 2x2 and a 2x3 in dark blue running up the middle. Only got 3. No, there's more. I was gonna say only 3 2x2s. No chance. Not with the separatist ships that we've built over the years. At least that holds the front bit of the head together. Doesn't do anything for anything else. And that's the skin as well, isn't it? Yes. Even though that front... Let me get another look at the front. Oh, it's an orange slope. So that is all of the fleshy bit. Got a few slopes. Is that a rounded off? No, that's a rounded. Yeah, that's a rounded off orange 1x1, which means this isn't a 1x4. Good thing we spot that as soon as we did. That will need to be a 1x1 plate just in there. And then that's all of the tan. As long as there's no like skin showing at the back of the head. Or on the side. Oh, that's a plate as well, yeah. Alright, a few 1x1 plates. Can't forget you. Well, very much could forget it. Let's not though. Just hope I've got some of these orange 1x1 corner round slopes that they expect us to use. Because we've got 1 on each side. One, actually, there's only 3. So that'd be 2 in a set and a spare. And then some orange cheese slopes on top. And then the front is all slopes. The back ones seem to be a bit more. And I don't know what they're more in. Maybe they're just 1 higher. Manageable. And then some 1x1s. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Sticking up right at the back. That should hold the sides together for now. Do we have any 2x2 slopes? Yes. Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the top and sides. And then what do we need for the back? That's on one lower and then it sticks out. So I assume we need just 1 more for the back. But there is a few more if we need to revisit it. Nice to know I've got a load of them. What from? I don't know. Come on. Last one. And it's going to make light work at the top, isn't it? Give them a little rub for placing them on. See, it looks weird right now. Not just because Sabine is bald at both sides, but because of that back bit sticking up. It looks weird, but I can see it looks all right together. I have to trust the process. Get some of those orange cheese slopes on the side. Really like the detail with the orange hair. I mean, it's Sabine. It's not something they can afford to miss. But they'd probably get away with it if they did. There's been worse things missed in a Lego set. Worse meaning like more obvious things missed. It seems as if this is a cheese slope sticking out the side. It feels like that's too obvious. It's too in your face to have an orange cheese slope sticking out that far in front of the ear. It's definitely not a 1x1 because it does stick out past the back. Because it slopes in first, gets away with it, and then more cheese slopes. How many orange ones do I have? Enough. Enough. Got there eventually. Thankfully, Sabine's head was blocking it. Didn't see my struggle there. On the back, how many slopes are we going with? So this is sloped out one. How would I want to use more of these, but then how would we connect the bottom ones? Ooh, that is a dilemma. Unless we flip some of the studs on the side. 2x4 would work there. Oh, yes, 2x4 would work at the bottom. Got it. More corner plates, holding on those slopes at the back. We have all the slopes, don't we? I'm not taking these from one side of the head, right? We'll find out. Find out if we need them. And then a 2x4 in dark blue. Another one I prepared earlier. They're just falling off. They're jumping off. Can't get away from there quick enough. The good thing with this is we need, what, 2x3? 2x3 in the middle. Do they stick out that far? We don't see any stick out that far. Why don't we see any? Maybe they missed out some slopes at the back. I'm going to try it with, and then if it doesn't look good with, we'll just invert slope upside down and see if it looks any better smoothed off. I feel like Sabine's hair, yeah, isn't quite, I wouldn't say it's rough. It's just not smooth either. Yeah, I think it fills it. I think it fills it nicely for Sabine's hair, because it does look quite thick. Maybe it's just hidden amongst the other outlines in the photo we've got. That's more like it. Get those orange slopes. And the wedges for the fringe are going to be the hardest ones to find. Hello there, Blue Fire Extreme. No, long time no see, indeed. Yeah. As you can see, we're just coming up to the end of Sabine here, which is our third secret Brickheadz. Oh. Oh. Okay. It's not 1x2s, it's 1x3s. That was a surprise. Surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Hello there, Riley. Welcome back. I don't know what point you left the stream, but as you can see, we finished our Ezra and we're working on our Sabine, just finishing up the hair details, which is one of the most important bits I want to say for the character. Her art is, throughout the series, her art is expressed quite a bit in her hairstyles that she switches up. And I think I quite like the purple. I think the blue and the orange has warmed on me, especially with my newfound appreciation for the colour of orange. Maybe that's something to do with it. Oh no! This orange 1x1 cheese slope is cracked. It's not bad. It's barely cracked at all, but we don't want a cracked piece. All right, so as we come up on the end here, we have, so the Ahsoka Brickheadz is my partner's. There we go. That has been built. I don't know if it's modified at all. In our original display, we had to take these blue corner bits off because it didn't fit. The height of Ahsoka was just too tall. Ahsoka's also got similar legs to Ezra and Sabine, but that's the official Lego one. Don't need the minifigures anymore. I'm going to forget about those. They're going to be there for the next stream. Let's hide our Sabine for the last run so you can see. Oh, we could have shrunk. We could have shrunk Sabine down. There we go. So you can see what I'm working on. We then built Hera Syndulla. The only piece I didn't have was these slopes on the side, so I will sort that out after the stream. There's our Hera Brickheadz, which is that the color of the torso is very important. We have our Ezra Bridger as well. Quite like how they did the torso similar to Ahsoka. And it would have, if this was an official set, some printing on the back for the logo on his jacket. And now we're just coming up to the end of Sabine, where we've just got to detail the very front pieces on the side and add the fringe, but the rest of the figure is nicely done. And speaking of that fringe, are we going to need any more of these plates? Is this everything? Do I put them away and just hope we don't need them? We need a lot of the, well, like I said, we need 3 of the rounded off parts. A few for blue as well. How have they worked? How have they worked this at the front? Is there a bit of orange underneath? I guess that makes sense with the orange plates. But then does the orange continue all the way through? So we've got a 1x4 in blue for the fringe, a 1x2 in orange, not tiled off. I think there's a blue somehow cutting across it. Huh. Maybe it's a jumper. Oh, that's an orange jumper, not a tile, not a plate. Got a ton of these off the pick and build wall not too long ago. And then, yes, okay, one of these. Then we need a few orange curvy ones. No more of these, no more of those. You can go back. Don't think we need any more of these. Maybe a tile. Although I think the tile's in dark blue as well. And now we find out how many of these orange quarter tiles there are. Thank you. I really like the Rebels Brickheadz. They do look so cool. Let's get, was it on the side like that? Yes. 1. Come on, we need 3. Show us orange. There's number 2. That means we should have another one. If we have 2, what did the front of the head? Hello there, Levi. It came inwards, so it looked like that, and then the blue one was the opposite. It went outwards, and that matched up. I think the other side we've actually got 2 of the dark blue ones. I thought it was 1 and a tile. I do want to say I think differently now. Could that orange be placed down? No, that is definitely the same level. So the top doesn't fully cover the orange. It lets a little bit through. We just need 2 more of these blue quarter tiles and then that 1 orange angle. Oh, didn't we need another orange one of these? Yeah. 1 blue, 1 orange. 1 blue. Where's the orange? Not dark yellow. Where's the orange? Oh, it got me. All right, dark yellow it is. For tricking me. There we go. No dark oranges about, is there? None on the pumpkin. I'll have to have a think of that. And we're missing one of the tan. This one. We're missing that one. 1 piece left to go. And it's in one of these 2 drawers. It looks like this, but it's orange. I really don't think I should have a little look if this piece exists. Let me have a quick search. It's a 2x2 wedge, but you know, there so many 2x2 wedges. We want, oh, this one. This one in orange. There's a coral. There's orange. 17 sets. The Krusty Burger, the Lamborghini Revuelto, the Dancing Figures, Chopper. Oh, I would be breaking down Chopper for this, worth it. Milano Spaceship, almost picked that one up. The McLaren F1, 4x4, Coles Dragon, the race car, the Majestic Tiger, the Guardian ship, the Lunar New Year 4-in-1 build set. that's got quite a few nice colours in there. Mini Emmett's Dream House, the Porg, Knighton Castle, and the McLaren 720S. Which means we don't have that piece, so I'll be grabbing... Is there a grey? There's a grey. I'll be grabbing a grey, recolouring this for Sabine, and the Leku for a Hera. You won't notice in the video. Can't believe out of all three of these Brickheadz, that is something. Out of all three of these Brickheadz, I was only missing 3 elements to create them as they're seen in the show. You can see it's not perfect. Let's remove the base so she's the right height for all the other characters. Not perfect because of that grey on the face. And I don't know how I feel about the orange sticking out as well. It's how it looks on the Brickheadz. Maybe it'll look better with the orange next to it. Maybe it's because of the grey the orange looks weird. But here is our Sabine Red minifigure. Brickheadz, not minifigure. It's a Brickheadz. It's massive. It's a big figure. And we have our collection from Rebuild the Galaxy. Look at that. I mean, I can't really get much of a close-up, can I? What if I just zoom? Nope. All right, let's not mess this up. I'll show you a close-up in a video that's no doubt coming out over the next couple of days. I'm really happy with these. These look so good. They don't look like customs. I mean, they're not. They're on Rebuild the Galaxy. These are Lego instructions that exist somewhere. But make these available. If we were to get a 5-pack next year, would we want a 5-pack? They'd probably leave out Kanan, wouldn't they? I would be down on one condition. I would be down to get a Rebels 5-pack on only one condition. 5 figures, 6 members of the Ghost crew. Ahsoka's already come out, so we'll ignore Ahsoka's there for a second. Hera, Ezra, Sabine. Zeb makes sense for Mando. They could include Zeb in a Mando set, but Zeb makes sense for the Rebels. They then don't have to redo the Mando Brickheadz. We've got Mando, we've got Grogu. I don't think we're going to get a Brickheadz for the movie coming out, unless they do different costumes. I don't know if there's anyone we've seen more than once in Brickheadz, because we didn't get Kenobi with A New Hope either. So Hera, Ezra, Sabine will have Zeb and Chopper. We have to have Chopper. I'm tempted to build. We have R2-D2. Tempted to build a Chopper using the R2-D2 instructions. Let me know if that would be something you'd be interested to see. Has anyone uploaded instructions for a Chopper Brickheadz? No. Well, there's a lot of Buggy the Clown, Luke X-Wing showing up, not actually Chopper, but Chopper in the scale of R2 would be fairly easy, I think, to swap out the parts. The hardest part would be the torso without the printed element. I might have to start printing some. So I'll have a little look, see if we can actually get a Chopper Brickheadz, and maybe I'll revisit these with Chopper, Zeb, and then I didn't even get onto the best part. Kanan's missing, as he is throughout the latest seasons of Rebels. I think getting a Kanan and Bendu 2-pack would, and you're really touching on niche characters. Bendu needs to show up again because that sort of character was lovely. Has anyone done a Bendu Brickheadz? I have to put Star Wars with that one. Anyone done a Bendu Brickheadz? No? Has anyone built the Bendu? These are all Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith Brickheadz. Not a oh, there's an Ahsoka minifigure. Not a single Bendu. All right, leave that with me. I'm gonna get working on those Rebel Brickheadz, even if they're just a theory. But I hope you enjoyed. I had a ton of fun building these, and even with R2, they do look quite nice. There's plenty more Brickheadz coming out in the future of this channel, as I hope Lego will continue to do. But until then, that's all we've got for today's stream. May the bricks be with you always.